Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and in this video I have completed the 20 win challenge yet again. This is my third time completing it, and I used this particular pekka variation. Now, this is like a little similar to last 20 win challenge deck where I played with this version, except I was playing with Ice Wizard, but in this variation I do not have Ice Wizard. I have the Bandits instead for that extra pressure factor. So I'm going to basically showcase how to beat some of the decks that you will see, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the meta has been kind of shifting recently in the 20 win challenge where people are starting to like run a lot more lightnings now. So if you guys have been seeing like, I've been seeing like Lava Hound decks with lightning now, and I've been seeing Goblin Giant like Fisherman decks with lightning, and I'm pretty sure you guys will be seeing a lot more lightning because E-Dragon is running rampant. So like, I'm going to showcase how to navigate through those matchups. And if I'm a little quiet, it's because it's like freaking 1 in the morning right now. But you know, it's kind of funny. Like, I want to actually showcase this replay because I know a lot of you guys have been wanting to see a pigs replay. So I'm going to showcase how to beat the pigs matchup with this particular deck. But yeah, like, it was kind of funny because I started the challenge like 10-0 in the morning, and I felt like playing like right before work, which was not the greatest idea because I kind of lost. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just grind my wins back to 10, and then I'll just play after work. And then as soon as I got home from work, I just like popped off like crazy. I won 18-0, and then I lost 2 matches back to back. So I went 18-2, and I was like, oh man, like, there were pretty bad matchups. Like, there was an Inferno Tower matchup, and then the other matchup was like a crazy Electric Giant bowler deck with Tesla and like LP and stuff like that. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I have not played against an E-Giant deck like that in a long time, so I kind of like haven't really like knew exactly what to do in that type of situation. But I pulled through because I got a couple really good matchups at the end. So, but back to this is that this guy's playing, you know, Queen Pigs, and I know a lot of you guys will see this deck as well. It's pretty popular. Like, the biggest tip I can give you in this particular matchup is like, you want to actually, like, it's totally fine to overcommit in single elixir against the pigs because you want to minimize the amount of damage you take in single elixir. So you see, I played like the ghost plus the guards. Like, I didn't want to just play ghost because I'll take way more damage than I needed to, and like, his deck isn't like a type of deck that can like punish crazily if you overcommit. At this point, I kind of read his cycle, not gonna lie, so I was like, okay, he just like burned his like Evo Skeletons, so I thought I could like potentially get something. But like, he plays the best card in the game, basically the Evo Ice Spear that just bails him out. So I was like, okay, so it was totally fine. Kind of just resetting. And also, it's very important to like also cycle an E-Dragon in single elixir when they have a very bad cycle. So like, if they just cycle their pigs and you defend it, it's like pretty safe option just to go for like an E-Dragon because they can't really pressure you. So it's always important, guys. Get to your Evo E-Dragon in single elixir, and then when you have the proper cards in your hand, like the Evo Pekka and then the Evo E-Dragon, that's when you kind of want to pop off on the attack. So as you can see, I'm like splitting up, like, here. I'm going to pause it real quick. I'm splitting up my troops because he's playing Royal Delivery, right? And he's also got a Queen on the board, so he could just spam a ton of Royal Deliveries and Ice Spirit. So like, obviously in this particular matchup, it's super important to just split lane all the time and try to space everything out as much as you possibly can to minimize the amount of Royal Delivery value. And also in this matchup, it's very important. This is like the biggest tip, guys. When you're going for an attack in this particular matchup, you want to play your E-Dragons in the middle, and then you want to NATO everything into the cannon, okay? And that's very important, especially with the Evo E-Dragon, guys. That's when you really want to attack. So I'm going to like showcase it. So I go for Evo E-Dragon in the middle to prevent as much Royal Delivery value, and then I just go for the Tornado just to like pull the Queen and the cannon and just completely eradicate his entire defense right there. And now it's just like, it's basically, that's that simple, guys. So I go for a Rage right there, and then that's basically game. There's nothing he can do anymore. So just play really patient in single elixir. Make sure you don't take too much damage. Don't try to overcommit. Only overcommit on defense, okay? And then try to get an E-Dragon in single elixir. Like, get your Evo E-Dragon in single elixir when he has a bad cycle and you don't get punished. And then that's how you like win the matchup. Obviously, like, a good Pigs player can still win that matchup, but formulating your pushes like that is definitely like the most effective way to win the matchup. So yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and show this replay as well. this is against this deck's getting really popular, and I believe this deck actually counters Pekka E-Dragon because he has Lightning, he's got Fisherman and Guards with Bowler, okay? So this deck is very toxic against Pekka. So it's like completely designed in my opinion, but what I figured to win this matchup is like you gotta try to bait a Lightning, like a really bad Lightning out of the opponent in single elixir, and then you just gotta spam him like relentlessly. So he goes for like a Goblin Stein split, which is totally fine. I think I just let this Goblin Giant connect because I want a really massive counter push. Like sometimes that's what I will do. Like if I feel like this guy's overcommitting or a person's overcommitting, I will gladly take damage on my tower so my troops are healthy in single elixir and I can get a bigger counter push. So that is definitely what I like to do. I go for E-Dragon right here, and I think like he goes for the Lightning. So that's like 6 elixir, right? So he goes for Guards, and then I go for a Rage, right? Okay, there's the Lightning right there, so I was like, okay, that's like really good. I feel like right here I could have just like I could have probably just get a quick NATO going, and I probably would have taken the tower because the bats wouldn't up DPS down my Pekka right there, but I kind of read his elixir anyway, so I'm pretty sure I just take his tower right then and there. And that's kind of what I'm talking to you guys about, where like just baiting the Lightning out, and then he just has like no elixir to defend. It's like very important, guys, in this matchup, bro. Get that damage lead in single, man. Make him overspend on like a defense, and you got to get some quick damage in single because in double elixir, it is nearly impossible to break through anymore. So these players, like I'm telling you guys right now, dude, like a lot of these players aren't that great, okay? Like a lot of these players are not that great, even around like 17, 18-ish wins. They're not the greatest players, dude. So like another tip I can give you, just like an overall general tip, is just be confident in yourself. Like just be so confident in yourself that you're gonna win all these matchups. That's like something I've done a while too for a long time. Like in these 20-win challenges, like I don't want to sound arrogant, but like I just know that I'm better than the opponents, and like I just come in with confidence. And I feel like if you guys come in with confidence too, like these matchups just get so much easier, dude. I'm telling you. But yeah. So he goes for like a Goblin Sign in the back, which is totally fine. I think right here gets a little hectic. Not gonna lie. Okay, yeah. So the bats stay alive. And then yeah, he actually gets like a really good sequence going. Like he gets a really solid sequence going. So it's like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm probably just gonna have to give up my tower and stuff like that, which is totally fine. Like it is what it is. Like I was kind of expecting it. It's just like a really tough deck. Like if you got a really good sequence like that, which is the correct thing to do, you just gotta like really abuse your guards and stuff like that. And then I was like, okay, you know what? He takes tower. I'm gonna reset. At this point in time, it's just basically trying to finesse around the bowler now. That's literally the name of the game, is try to finesse around the bowler because his bowler is like his best answer. So I think right here I actually go kind of crazy on the attack. So like he cycles his bowler, I just go for like my evil Electro Dragon, and I think I go for Pekka as well. So I was like, okay. And then he cycles his guards right there, which is totally fine. I just go absolutely crazy, and then like look at my evil E-Dragon just going to town, just destroying the fisherman. And then I think my Pekka just gets so much damage right there. So yeah, it just takes care of the Goblin Stein. At this point, man, it's just kind of like I said earlier. It's just finessing around the bowler, not going too crazy. It's totally fine in this matchup as well to cycle E-Dragons, even if he has Lightning, because it kind of opens up your other cards to like not be Lightninged. For example, like the Royal Ghost and the Bandits and stuff like that. So yeah, and then you obviously get to your Evo E-Dragon and stuff like that, which is totally good. If you want to play your Evo E-Dragons to get value, make sure they do get value, because like this guy has Lightning obviously, so make sure that you kind of have like a surprise Evo E-Dragon, and then you could just like go crazy on the defense. So yeah, so like I said, I'm just kind of playing very patiently now because there's nothing I can do. Like I already have the game in the bag, I just gotta play solid defense. He goes for a really nice Goblin Stein ability, and then I just go for a Ghost in the back just for some defense. I go for a high Electro Dragon because I don't want to give him like lightning value on the tower and stuff like that, and I go for a Pekka just to DPS down the Goblin Giant. And yeah, so kind of just doing what I can do. I go for Bandit high and like go for guards because I want to like kill all that counter push so he can't, you know, build up a crazy attack. And then here's what I do here. I go for an E-Dragon, which is the NATO. It just completely eradicate everything. E-Dragon is busted, guys. Like, E-Dragon is so completely busted. And then I just go for a Ghost right here. And then right here, I think I go for, like, what do I go for? Do I go for Pekka again? I go for Pekka. And then after that, he goes for another Goblin Giant. I just go for a Tornado. And that's basically game, guys. Like, I was just playing really patiently, and then, but like I said, in single elixir, that you just gotta finesse, make sure to try to make him overcommit with a lightning, and then just get like a quick 1,000-1,500 damage on the tower, and then just try to defend afterwards. That's like the only thing I can think of. Matchup is definitely pretty difficult, guys, but it's manageable. What other replays can I show? I feel like this, let me see here. I'll actually just show like this matchup too. Oh, you guys kind of want to see bait, right? You guys want to see bait? Okay, I'm actually gonna put some bait on the gameplay or on the screen. I might 2 times this, not gonna lie. This matchup is literally all about also because you know, getting to your evil E-Dragon. That's just the name of the game, guys. When you're playing against bait, especially with cannon, if they have Inferno Tower, it's a very difficult matchup. But if they have cannon, all you gotta do is just, it's kind of like playing against the pigs matchup, not gonna lie. You just gotta defend really, really nicely and also cycle your evil E-Dragon. I tend to cycle the E-Dragon on their mini tanks, like their Knight and their Valkyrie, if they have the Valk version. And then after that, you just kind of wait till double elixir to make a Pekka push. And like I said, this matchup is pretty simple because he doesn't have a big spell. Like, he doesn't have Rocket for the E-Dragon. So you can kind of just stack the E-Dragon right behind the Pekka, and then you just tornado everything in, and then it's basically GG's. So, but if they're playing the Rocket, make sure you always play your E-Dragons in the middle of the river so you don't give them too much Rocket value with the Pekka and the E-Dragon. Very, very important. And then after that, you just basically tornado everything into their building. So, yeah, he goes for a Dark Goblin. I think I just ignore that, right? I'm pretty sure I ignore that. So, yeah, I got like a little elixir advantage right here. I'm gonna go for a Royal Ghost, and yeah, I think this is like my 18th win or something like that. It's like the match of 18th or something like that. So he cycles his Knight, and then this is where I want to cycle my Electro Dragon just so I can get that Evo E-Dragon, because that is the key factor to winning a bait matchup. So yeah, just get to my Evo E-Dragon, and it's totally fine. He plays a really nice Dark Goblin. I play guards on top, I'm pretty sure, just like that. And then, I think right here, go for Battle Ram as well. Yeah, there's the Battle Ram, which is like totally fine. And yeah, so he goes for a Goblin Gang. And I think right here, I kind of just go for a Bandit. I didn't really want to cycle a NATO because I'm trying to go for my main attack, which is my Pekka Evo E-Dragon attack. So I wanted to make sure that like I have the NATO in hand at the moment. And then this is where I roll the Pekka, right when double elixir hits, guys. This is where I roll the Pekka. And this is where the magic happens. So it is now double elixir, and I get to formulate a really massive attack, especially because he does not have a big spell, so I can stack like absolutely crazy right here. So let's see here. I go for a Battle Ram in the back, and then I just go for my typical evolved Electro Dragon right there, and then this is like a type of attack you just simply can't defend with this type of deck. So I think right here I go for like, yeah, I go for the Rage and the NATO. And then just like, look at the Evil E-Dragon. Look, it just chains backwards onto the Evil Skeletons. And then just like that, that's how you just take a tower. So, yeah, play really patiently. Don't take too much damage in single elixir. And then you should be good to go on double elixir. Yeah, so that's basically that game. I'm going to go show one more. I'm going to show for like a 20th win. So this is the 20th win. This is actually a really solid matchup for me because he doesn't have a pick spell again. He's got Goblinstein, and obviously Evo Electro Dragon just completely shreds a Goblinstein. So yeah, I mean, it's really, really good. He goes for Spear Goblins. When I saw Spear Goblins, I was like, okay, that's pretty good for me because it's like, typically it could be like a bait deck. I didn't really want to play against another beatdownish deck with Lightning, so I was like, thank goodness this guy just has like Bandit and Spear Goblins. And as soon as I saw like the Bandit and the Spear Goblins, I was like, okay, this is like the Goblinstein Cannon card deck, and I have a solid matchup with this with this variation. So I go for a Battle Ram just a cycle, and let me see, I think he does, yeah, he does a Battle Ram right there, which is totally fine. So I go for my E-Dragon because it's really good against the Battle Ram, and I get my Evo E-Dragon quicker. And he misplayed like crazy, bro. Like, he cycles a Cannon cart on top of that Battle Ram. I was like, I'm pecking the bridge because I have Tornado for the Goblinstein. So I was like, okay, this is like a very good sequence of events for me. I could just Tornado that Goblinstein right into it. He goes for Spear Goblins. It doesn't matter because I got the Rage. And at this point, I know this guy has a completely awful cycle. So it's like, I'm going to take advantage of that. So I go for a Bandit immediately when I hit the Elixir. and that's basically game. Like, I literally take his tower in the first minute because his cannon card was just completely awful. This was like for the 20th win as well. So at this point, it's just, I'm just gonna like 2x it. It's basically just defense now. There's nothing he can really do if I play well because I have the matchup here. So my evil E-Dragon on defense. Maybe I gotta play something else, but it's totally fine. And I go for a ghost, and I think I just go for like guards too. So, yeah, just go for that. He goes for a cannon cart in the bag. I didn't want to cycle my Pekka because he could just do like a Goblinstein ram or battle ram push, and I would get completely destroyed. And then he just sells out right here, and it just doesn't work because I got the evil Pekka, bro. I got that evil Pekka. This is a pretty nice attack on his end, not gonna lie. It was a little sketchy. I just go for defensive battle ram, stuff like that, and yeah, like that's basically game. I was like, oh my gosh, bro. This happened, like I said, this happened right after work, bro. I sat down right after work and I was like, all right, let's get this 20 win real quick. But I hope you guys learned something. Like, I really hope you guys can take something away and like improve, and hopefully you guys get that 20 win. And yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll do more next time.